Hello, everyone. June 2026 is here. And for a meaningful number of Social Security recipients, something feels noticeably different about the amount landing in their accounts this month. Some people are seeing more than they expected. Others are receiving less than they anticipated and cannot figure out why. Some will see 2 deposits arrive over the coming weeks and will genuinely wonder whether something went wrong with their account. And some are entitled to additional money from their state right now. A completely separate payment that has nothing to do with Social Security, and do not even know that benefit exists. Today, I am covering all of it, so you know exactly what to expect, what is completely normal, and precisely what steps to take if something does not look right. Before we continue, subscribe to this channel right now and turn on the notification bell. The Social Security payment schedule, benefit amounts, and the programs that affect what lands in your account shift constantly. And when they shift, nobody sends you a personal explanation in the mail. I follow all of it and bring it to you in clear, direct language before it ever touches your deposit. Subscribe now and let us get into it. What your check actually is and what it could be. Let us start with the numbers themselves, because most people have a general sense of what they receive each month, but have never compared it to what they might actually be entitled to. The average Social Security payment for a retired worker in April 2026, based on the most recent official figures from the SSA's monthly statistical snapshot, was $1,981 per month. That is the national average. Your specific amount may be higher or lower depending on your personal earnings history, the age at which you filed your claim, and whether you are collecting on your own work record or a spouse's record. But here is something most people genuinely do not know. The maximum possible Social Security benefit in 2026 varies dramatically based on the age at which you originally claimed, and the spread between claiming early and claiming late is substantial. If you claimed at age 62, the earliest point of eligibility, the maximum you could receive in 2026 is $2,831 per month. That figure applies to someone who earned at or above the maximum taxable wage ceiling every single year for 35 years and still chose to begin collecting at the earliest opportunity. If you waited until full retirement age of 67, the maximum benefit climbs to $3,822 per month. And if you held out until age 70, when delayed retirement credits stop accumulating, the maximum benefit in 2026 reaches $5,108 per month. The gap between claiming at 62 versus waiting until 70 is more than $2,200 per month, every single month for the rest of your life. Most recipients are nowhere close to these maximum figures since they assume the highest possible earnings history maintained across an entire career. But the fundamental point stands: your benefit is directly and permanently tied to the age at which you filed your claim. If you have not reviewed your Social Security statement recently to confirm your benefit was calculated correctly, now is an excellent time to do so. Log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov, pull up your earnings statement, and cross-reference the figures listed for each year against your own personal records, old tax returns, W-2s, or pay stubs if you still have them. Errors do occur in these records, and each inaccurately recorded year can permanently reduce your monthly benefit by approximately $100 for the rest of your life. Why your check may be smaller than you expected. Let us address the most common source of confusion I encounter. Why many recipients received less in June than they anticipated, and honestly, less than they expected throughout the entire year. Once you understand the 2 figures at play here, the explanation becomes entirely straightforward. In January 2026, every Social Security retirement recipient received a 2.5% cost of living adjustment, the COLA. For the average retiree, that translated to approximately $50 more per month. That is genuine additional income, and it was genuinely welcome after a period of elevated costs. But beginning in January, something else changed simultaneously. Medicare. Part B premiums rose from $174.70 per month in 2025 to $185 per month in 2026, an increase of $10.30, or nearly 6%. And because Part B premiums are automatically deducted directly from your Social Security payment before the deposit ever reaches your bank account, most retirees effectively received a net monthly increase of only approximately $40. Roughly 1/5 of the COLA increase was absorbed immediately by the Medicare premium rise before you ever saw a cent of it. This pattern of Medicare premiums growing faster than the Social Security cost of living adjustment has been documented by senior advocacy organizations, including the Senior Citizens League, which characterizes it as a steady and ongoing erosion of seniors' real purchasing power. The increase arrives on paper, and Medicare claims a portion of it before you have access to your own funds. If your June deposit appears smaller than what you calculated based on the COLA announcement alone, the Medicare Part B premium is almost certainly the explanation. This is not a processing error, and it is not something to dispute with the Social Security Administration. This is the system functioning exactly as it was constructed. The only way to eliminate the Part B deduction entirely is to qualify for a Medicare Savings Program, which covers that premium on your behalf. We have addressed that option in detail on this channel in previous videos. The SSI calendar pattern that confuses everyone every year. The third thing to understand about June involves a specific group, SSI recipients, and a calendar pattern that recurs annually and generates genuine confusion every single time it happens. If you receive supplemental security income, your payment arrives on the 1st of every month. In June 2026, that means your SSI payment came on Monday, June 2nd. Since June 1st falls on a Sunday this year, the payment shifted to the next business day, a completely routine adjustment. June is a quiet month for SSI. One payment, nothing unusual. But look ahead to July, and something interesting unfolds. July 2026 carries 2 SSI deposits. The first arrives on July 1st. That is your July payment, entirely normal, right on schedule. The second arrives on July 31st. And that is not a bonus payment. That is your August payment arriving early, because August 1st falls on a Saturday in 2026. An SSA policy requires that payments be issued on the preceding business day whenever the scheduled date falls on a weekend or federal holiday. July 31st is technically the August payment, delivered in July. Why does understanding this now actually matter? Because when 2 deposits land in the same calendar month, people panic. They assume an overpayment occurred. They call the Social Security Administration, wondering whether they will be required to return one of the deposits. Some people feel uncomfortable spending the second payment, worried it will need to be sent back. None of that concern is necessary or warranted. Both July payments are legitimately yours. One covers July, one covers August. The total you receive across the full calendar year does not change by a single dollar. The calendar simply compresses certain months and then stretches others to compensate. Following July's double deposit, August will have no SSI payment at all, which can feel equally alarming if you are not expecting it. Both situations, the double month and the empty month, are completely normal. They are the predictable result of how the federal payment calendar interacts with weekends and holidays. State property tax relief payments. Money many people do not know exists. Now for the fourth item, and this one has absolutely nothing to do with Social Security, but it represents real, meaningful money that may be heading directly to your mailbox or bank account right now. And a significant number of eligible recipients have either not applied or simply do not know this benefit exists at all. Several states are currently issuing what are called property tax relief payments to seniors. These are direct checks or account credits that reduce or reimburse a portion of what you paid in property taxes. They are entirely separate from the federal government and from Social Security. They originate from your state government specifically for older homeowners and renters living on fixed incomes, people for whom a large property tax bill creates genuine financial strain. Pennsylvania's property tax rebate program issues payments between June and July each year. Eligible homeowners, those who are 65 and older with household income under $45,000, can receive rebates of up to $1,000. The application deadline for 2026 rebates, which are based on 2025 property taxes, is June 30th. If you are in Pennsylvania and have not yet filed an application, you have until the very end of this month. Applications are available at revenue.pa.gov or through any area agency on aging office in your county. New Jersey's Anchor program, the Affordable New Jersey Communities for Homeowners and Renters Benefit, provides up to $1,500 for qualifying homeowners and up to $700 for qualifying renters. Payments are distributed on a rolling basis, and many recipients see deposits arrive during the summer months. If you submitted your Anchor application and are still waiting on your payment, it may arrive in June or July. If you own or rent in New Jersey and have not yet applied, the application window remains open. Check the status and apply at nj.gov/treasury/taxation/anchor. New York's STAR program provides either a direct check or an upfront reduction on the school tax portion of your property tax bill, depending on which version you are enrolled in. The Enhanced STAR benefit, specifically designed for homeowners who are 65 and older with household income under $98,700, provides a significantly larger reduction than the basic STAR benefit. Payments and credits are generally issued in the fall for most enrolled recipients, but June is when many seniors first realize they should verify their current enrollment status or apply for the enhanced version if they have not done so. If you own your home and are 65 or older, regardless of which state you live in, the single most impactful thing you can do right now is search your state's name alongside the phrase Senior Property Tax Relief 2026. Find out what programs are available in your specific state, whether you are currently enrolled, and whether any application deadlines are approaching or have recently been extended. Most of these programs require either an initial application or annual recertification. Missing a deadline means waiting an entire additional year before you can receive the benefit. And that is a full year of relief you cannot recover. The Complete. June 2026. Picture. Everything in one place. Here is the full summary so you have it clearly in front of you. The average Social Security retirement payment is approximately $1,981 per month, with maximum possible benefits ranging from $2,831 for those who claimed at age 62 all the way up to $5,108 for those who waited until age 70. If your check feels smaller than you expected this year, the most likely explanation is the $10.30 Medicare Part B premium increase that reduced the effective monthly COLA to approximately $40 for most recipients, not the full gross COLA figure you may have seen announced. SSI recipients received one payment on or around June 2nd. A regular July payment will arrive on July 1st, followed by an early August payment on July 31st. Both are legitimately yours. Neither one is an error or an overpayment. And following those 2 July deposits, August will carry no SSI payment, which is equally normal and expected. And finally, if you own or rent a home in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, or in many other states across the country, there may be a property tax relief payment heading your way this summer, or an application deadline approaching before the end of June that you cannot afford to miss. Subscribe and share this video with someone in your life who receives Social Security. They need to know all of this before the month is over, because nobody else is going to send them a letter to explain it.